What's up guys, Creighton here from logiclounge.com, and today I want to revisit an old video that I did about 5 years ago entitled How Much Malware Can You Get from Download.com? Download.com is run by CNET, which is a very reputable company, and people aren't very happy about their purchase of Download.com and what they serve up on that website. So let's take a look exactly on what you get with their most popular downloads. I'm going to take their 10 most popular programs, put them into a Windows 10 VM and see what kind of malware and potentially unwanted programs and craziness that happens when you install all of these programs. I'm going to be starting with a fresh Windows 10 VM with nothing installed on it other than the default programs, and then I'm going to take those top 10 programs minus 2 of them. One is Malwarebytes, which we're actually going to install at the end of this video, and the second one is a GTA 4 patch, which doesn't really fit the bill for this video, so we're not going to do that one, and we'll take those top 10 programs and we'll see exactly what we get out of this. So let's jump over to that VM. And welcome to my VM here. It's clean. I just installed this for this video, so no other programs are on this machine. It's a clean installation, and we're gonna run through downloading everything from download.com. As you can see, there's advertisements plastered everywhere. I mean, on the download pages, on the search pages, you might misclick and mistake a advertisement for a download. It's just a very cluttered website with all the advertisements it's throwing in your face, and you're trying to get the downloads that you want. Surprisingly, some of these downloads that we're actually going to be showcasing here are legitimate and don't have any ads associated with them, which is very nice to see, but you kind of have to pick and choose, and you have to be knowledgeable to know what you're actually looking for when you're going through all these installations. Now, I must say, I have done the default install for everything, so I've just done accept, install. I haven't done any sort of like picking and choosing. We're just seeing what we get here. I've run through the first program, which is Advanced System Care. Now we're doing something called IOBit Uninstaller. That is the next one. These are two made by the same companies. You can see they both offer Opera as an additional download. We're getting down to YouTube.com, which seems to install both Opera and Quick Driver Updater. Photoscape doesn't have anything on it. I did Panda Free, which comes with Chrome instantly. It also has some phone numbers up there that I would very highly recommend you not call, because it probably leads to like one of those scam call centers. I don't know for sure. I haven't investigated it, but as you can see, we're getting pop-ups from Advanced System Care showing us there's potentially unwanted programs. If you can see on the top, it's given us a search bar, which I've done some research into this. It actually logs all of your searches that you make through that search bar and can potentially inject some malware. I had some problems with it at some points when I was testing it, that it actually was showing malware alerts, so it was like redirecting you to some malware downloads. I highly recommend you don't do that. As you can see, my other installation actually replaced that top bar, which actually didn't seem to be as scammy. It did show that it was logging your search results to a third party, but it wasn't redirecting you to malware like the other one has. Just for quick reference here, if you're wondering, because I mentioned it before, the legitimate programs that I installed, CC Cleaner, VLC, and WinRAR, seem to all be the less malware-ridden and potentially unwanted program-written applications. They were just their default vanilla installers. They didn't have any wrappers on it. It actually turned out very nice for those 3 applications out of the 10 that we downloaded. So it's not looking good thus far. So lastly, what I want to do is I want to actually download Malwarebytes here and show you all the pop-ups, all the things that it finds. So it ends up finding something like 300 detections. Most of these are potentially unwanted programs that relate to all 10 of these downloads. So all these programs are classified, or at least 8 out of the 10 are classified as potentially unwanted programs. So they're kind of these bloatware programs, these scareware programs, these programs that install other things with it, which is called bundleware. As you can see, we started with 10 installers and we ended up with 14 different programs. It installed WinZip, it installed something called System Assistant, it installed something called Driver Easy, it installed something called Quick Driver Updater, it installed the Opera web browser, and it installed the Google Chrome web browser. I'm sorry, Driver Easy was one of our installations. It just looks scammy to me. So as you can see, it's just awful. You don't want to download any of these programs. Look at what it's done to your desktop. You have tons of applications. You have this RAM and CPU meter in the upper right. It's great, but we have Task Manager that can do that. I wouldn't recommend downloading anything from download.com, especially these programs I downloaded here. If you ever want a piece of software, I would go to the actual website of that software, the developer. So if you want VLC, go to Videoland. If you want uTorrent, go to uTorrent's website. If you want WinRAR, go to WinRAR's website. It's just awful to see this, and I just highly don't recommend going to download.com to get any of your software. So I would very much recommend you thinking twice before this happens. So it was an interesting experiment. I'm going to leave a log output down below of everything that it found. Like I said, most of this was just potentially unwanted pop-ups and programs that was as a result of downloading these programs. So check it out for yourself. It's just a lot of bad programs that I don't recommend. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And of course, I will see you guys in our next video.